Dallas Wings makes U-turn announcement after Paige Bueckers vs Angel Reese game hits roster snag. The Wings are finally playing to their potential. After a disappointing start, they have successfully given their season a boost with a 5-3 record in their last 8 games. The Paige Bueckers-led side had won only 1 game in their first 12 games. Coach Chris Cocklanes echoed their attitude with a firm, stick-to-the-process remark. But their process has hit a major, uncontrollable roadblock with an injury crisis. Maddie Siegrist has been injured for some time now, along with Tyasha Harris. The more troubling omissions for their next game were Dejonai Carrington and Eriko Gunbowl, who have been key pieces for the majority of the season. And the injuries to both were considered minor, but it seems they will have to wait some more. With 4 out of 11 out, the team faced a forfeit for their next game against Angel Reese's Chicago Sky due to the league rule of a minimum of 8 active players. The Dallas Wings front office made a decisive move just hours before their game, re-signing guard forward Haley Jones to a rest-of-season contract. She will be available for tonight's matchup against the Chicago Sky and is expected to participate in the team's pre-game shoot-around. The urgency of the situation effectively forced management's hand, prompting a quick decision. Jones was a logical choice given her familiarity with the team, having previously signed a hardship contract on June 17. That short-term deal followed injuries to Maddie Siegrist and Ty Harris, along with national team duties for Tiara McCowan and Louisa Geiselsoder. She was released on June 29 once McCowan and Geiselsoder returned from Eurobasket. League rules allowed July 9 to be the first day Jones could officially sign a rest-of-season contract, and the Wings waited until the final moment to bring her back, explaining the delay between releasing Leata King and bringing Jones back. While her previous stats with Dallas, 4.0 points, 4.0 rebounds per game, and 57.1% shooting, may seem modest, they came in just 2 games totaling 24 minutes. She brings versatility, size at the guard spot, and can run the offense if needed. Now that she's secured for the full season, Jones will have a real opportunity to make a larger impact and prove her value to the team. Jones has averaged 3.7 points, 2.3 rebounds, and 2.1 assists so far in her WNBA career while averaging 15.9 minutes per game. She has the experience of playing with the Dream, Mercury, and Win, which will certainly be useful. Paige Bueckers, still fit, survives injury scare. It seemed lightning had struck twice. Paige Bueckers had missed 2 games due to a concussion after her impact with Courtney Vandersloot in the Sky game, and another one through illness. A similar scenario happened again in their latest matchup against the Atlanta Dream. The point guard went for a contested layup and was dropped on her head during a block by Kalani Brown. Dallas is already struggling with injuries, and adding Paige would have just sent them back to square one in this great stretch. Fortunately for Cocklanes and company, Bueckers was able to continue playing after the hit, but she did register a season-low 24 minutes, signaling some issues after that heavy impact. The former UConn star also finished with just 11 points on 3 of 11 shooting, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, and 1 three-pointer. It was her lowest points tally since the Atlanta game in June and her least efficient performance of the season, equaling the Minnesota game where she also shot 3-11 from the field. The good news for the Wings is that Bueckers will be available to play for their next game against the Chicago Sky. Chris Cocklanes said on how Paige Bueckers is feeling after taking a hard hit. "Yup. We talked to her here, she's feeling okay. A concussion could come hours after getting the first impact, but Bueckers is not listed on the latest injury report, so she seems to be good to go for the Sky game. It would have been a pity for her to miss a face-off against Angel Reese again. We missed out on a Caitlin Clark vs Bueckers matchup earlier in the season as Clark was injured at the time. Bueckers will be looking for revenge as she lost the first game against Sky and then missed the next with her concussion. In a season marked by adversity and uncertainty, the Dallas Wings have shown flashes of resilience and adaptability. From clawing back into playoff contention with a 5-3 run to navigating a chaotic roster situation just hours before tip-off, the team is learning to win through grit and urgency. Bueckers has become the leader of this lineup and is bringing about a revolution in the team as well as in the league. With Haley Jones back on board and Paige Bueckers cleared to play despite recent scares, the Wings will look to carry this momentum forward.